But yeah, this is just what they generically did. Basically they're saying Negasonic is still super powerful and Enchantress is too. But yeah, he got Colleen Wing got nerfed. Colleen Wing did get changed nerfed. Wow. Claiming she's one of the strongest ones, so they're taking power away from her. Why? And now I'm curious why Agatha Harkness got nerfed. I almost never see this card, at least in my elo. Agatha is a tricky card to adjust. Similarly, she's been performing above expectations for a while. We would like to... Idiosyncrasies. Interesting. To create a unique deck all by herself. Simply, she's a free card. Yeah, they're basically saying she's strong, but would be absolutely garbage if they make you have to draw her. But she's terrible. Like, she's one of the worst cards in the game. I don't get that. Like, people used to use her all the time, but I've not seen that in a while, but I guess people went back to doing it. Well, Stardust was so strong he got nerfed? Whoa! Now, he would beat me occasionally, but that's only if I forgot to read his power. I generally beat the Stardust decks, but that may have just been luck. Or a blessing, really. I was saying is an outstanding tech card. Yeah, Stardust is quite good. Ongoing cards can't be added to locations except by playing or removing them, so it counters both my Jubilee and my Blink. I still would generally beat them, but one game I did forget. The Blink was nerfed as well. And that did cost me the game. Perhaps, I think it did anyway. Viv Vision got buffed. Okay. I was certainly beating those. Doramu got buffed. Maybe I should try to summon him now. Although I don't like it, but maybe once I do it. Destroyer got buffed again. 6 for 18 Destroyer. What have they done? That's exceptional. And also, did I make a big enough deal about this? Well, maybe we haven't gotten to him yet. We haven't gotten to him yet. Wait, no, yeah, we did. Where's Killmonger in here? Where's Killmonger? Killmonger? Shadow King, Alioth, Red Guardian. Yeah, Alioth went back to 6-9. Shadow King's back to 2-2, I believe. Killmonger is back to destroying all cards on the board, which, boo, that's also why I need to return my Kyera. Because now my Sunspot's in super danger. Again. And Awesome got buffed. Awesome is great in a NamorA deck. I might pick him up for that at some point. Oh yeah, and Lockjaw got buffed. Mystique got nerfed heavy. So this is actual mutant, so let's go over this. Shadow King was just reverted back to 2-2. Finally, who's also a mutant. A buff to a fan favorite. And a sneaky small nerf to Mr. Negative. Yeah. Frick. Luckily, I have... Because... Yeah, it was brutal, though. It's ridiculously strong. I do lose to those decks sometimes, so we'll just drop in a freaking free Iron Man and Mystique final turn and completely flip the table. Mystique has a... Well, also, and then there's... Then maybe Onslaught them on top of that, or one of them. As a I would do that on occasion too myself. But Onslaught's a villain, so I don't really... well, Mystique can be, cannot be. Depends. I generally like to use that all-hero deck I showed earlier, though. I use it like 90+% of the time, unless I need a daily sped run. And yes, it's speed running. But I think in that context it is sped run, but no one says that. Literally no one says that. Mystique has a variety of fun applications, but is most often played in Mr. Negative these days. That's the deck that we have our eye on. So, yeah, because if she's not being used in Mr. Negative, she's just buffed, which is cool. And we think this is a nice medium of improving Mystique's performance in every non-negative deck. Yeah, I have non-negative applications of her. Let's go look at one. Let's first try to bring this back to game capture. There we go. And this video is almost over. But yeah, I had an awesome commenter mention that the OTA change was just way well, it was just basically reverting. And yeah. Wait, let me actually find a deck. Isn't she in Wakanda Forever? No, I don't have her in that actually. Oh, because I put in White Tiger. Oh no, she is here. I thought she was here. There she is. Yeah, see, so in this context, she's stronger. Because she just gains that one strength. Although Mr. Negative, this is weaker. And as you can see, I have quite a few mistakes. And this is a gorgeous Jim Lee. But yeah, in this context, she is weaker though, so that's very interesting. Actually, Mystique can power up. Let's do that. Reward for you guys watching to the very end here. Power up Mystique.
Animated frame.
Wolfsbane, cool. Quick token, very nice. Yeah, the other one did end card. That's what I thought. Anyway. Yeah, Mr. Negative swaps the power and cost of all cards in your deck. This is such a fun deck. It's such a fun deck because you're switching freaking Devil Dinosaur. This actually weakens Onslaught if he gets hit. But yeah, you flip your Mr. Fantastic. But yeah, you can't double free card anymore. That was way too powerful. It was. And especially because they nerfed Enchantress. Yeah, Enchantress is still a 5/8 instead of a 4/6. So yeah, she is still nerfed. So yeah, they had to do something to ongoing to counteract the fact. Yeah, people were on turn 7 were, well, also just playing it at 2 costs with her on turn 6. And just flipping the table. That's what the dev said there. Well, I don't know if flipping the table is the right word. It's freaking, oh, here's Agatha. Doing a 6/12. I have quite a few Agathas. Is quite flipping hilarious. I really like the Dan Hip one there with the giant yellow cat eyes, so. And there you go. That just about sums it up. Once again, Deadpool Diner. Pretty cool stuff. See you next time, everybody. Stay mutant strong, stay marvelous. But that was so game-shatteringly different of the OTA. And I was dissing them because they, that was too soon of them doing that massive change. Now, SangChi's change still really freaks me over, though. The SangChi definitely makes my deck way weaker, and everyone. It is possibly fair, but there's still a giant nuance of brokenness in this game, which I'm going to mention at the very end here if you stayed here. Yeah, a deck like this, for instance, or something along these lines, it's actually a Starbound deck. It'd be a Sauron Starbound deck. I don't have one of those at the moment. No, I think I changed the 3R power. Yeah, at one point this was one of those decks, but I brought in Galactus First Steps to get the 1-card dailies done. But yeah, this is my closest deck to what kind of the idea I'm talking about. It's when you spam tons of high-cost cards out. SangChi used to destroy them all. And that's what fricked this deck over. So this deck might be still much better. I might give it a try. And just see how it does in Silver League of Conquest mode. But it still might not be consistent enough. And then I don't know if Morgan Le Fay is ever meta, but I just think she's cool. So I had her in there. And it's obviously gorgeous art of her. So it's still wild. I still only have the... Oh no, I do have a different Lady Sif. I do have Dan Hip as well, but... I still prefer the default. But Dan Hip is cool. At least I have some kind of custom Lady Sif. I was going to be like, seriously, after all this time? And then this is just hilarious, but he's just basically only play him if he hits Iron Man. Basically, or you just need the discard. He is better with the new version of Hela, though. Hela is still nerfed, though. Hela is still nerfed. She's quite rare to see. But essentially, for this style of game mode, you're spamming out tons of people, like the Red Skull. They'll put out Red Skull. They'll put out, oh, where's Mary? Okay, I'll find Mary. Oh, there we go. Oh, she's Typhoid Mary. That's her name. Yeah, they'll throw out Typhoid Mary. See these tons of, then, I don't have Starbrand, or else I'd have that deck made, probably. And then there's Starbrand they'll throw out, along with, Crossbones is generally used as well. As another 10 cost or something along those lines. Just more and more, as many as 10 costs as they can. And I don't think I have Surtur. No, I don't have Surtur, but Surtur would also be one of those cards that generally is kicking over 10. And it's a flipping nightmare. It's such a good deck because SangChi would just destroy tons of those high cost cards before. Now SangChi cannot do that. SangChi can only destroy an enemy card, not all enemy cards that he would say before. So that's still a huge, huge, huge change in the game. Also, when Brood gets super powered up, I used to be able to SangChi all of those, or zones that give like +5 energy or something like that to power up a card. Used to be able to use SangChi to destroy tons of those cards. You cannot now. So SangChi is still nerfed. They just brought him back to 4-3. And that's a very important thing to see, because you may see other content creators saying, oh, all the cards were reverted back. No. SangChi was not. Enchantress was not. Those are the huge game-changing ones. We're still changed. The game is still technically fairer. The only issue is if you're running an all-hero deck like I am, you're way weaker, because SangChi was made way weaker. Although he's still pretty outrageously powerful, even at this. But he must be till Null is nerfed. You have to nerf all the other cards, and then you can argue to possibly put a further cost limit on top of SangChi, because technically SangChi should only be destroying a 4 cost because he's a 4 cost to truly fairitize the game, technically. But that will absolutely mess up the game drastically if you do that. It will borderline break it entirely, the balance. Like, as was their change broke the balance. According to them, because they reverted, and someone left a comment, and they were thinking of stopping playing the game. I kind of was, too. Unless there was mutant stuff. Like, I always have the caveat that I'd play if there's mutants in the season to support mutant kind. But I need to stress that point for, and if you guys made it to the end, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so much for watching. Stay marvelous, stay mutant strong. See you next time. Later. Also, I may make these 2 different videos because this drug on. See you next time. But yeah, this will be the, ending for the OTA one. Later. Or probably both videos, actually. But yeah, if you don't see the OTA cards, it's because I made 2 different ones. Anyway, later.